Good morning, everyone. Rose here. Today I am reacting to a video posted by the channel Truth Is yesterday called 125 plus copyright claims of Nadar El-Shami. So I didn't do any react videos yesterday. One of the main reasons why I didn't was because Twitter was absolutely on fire yesterday with everybody exchanging information back and forth about who was being affected by Natter, who was getting the copyright strikes. Uh, I did a video detailing that 19 or 18 channels have been hit. The number is now up to almost 40. And the number of copyright strikes is now up to 137. So Nader has been busying himself with throwing out the copyright strikes. Now, anyone who is not a YouTuber, you might be asking yourself, how does he have the time to throw out 137 copyright strikes? I would imagine you'd have to watch all those videos and find exactly where the offense is before you throw the strike, right? Not exactly, because Nader has been using basically a cheat system where he's going into his YouTube studio and looking into the section that shows if somebody has used one of your videos. And basically what he's doing, he's looking at that and seeing the percentage of his video that appears in each of those videos. And if somebody has used 10% or so of his video, that's when he throws the copyright strike. So anybody who's used his footage in a video or react where there's at least 10%, those are the ones he's going after, regardless of what they say in the video. So Nader did a live stream where he actually showed himself on camera throwing the copyright strikes. Here's what I think is amusing about the whole thing, and I don't mean amusing in a good way, amusing in a bad way. Nader and Didi and Chantal, obviously they're doing this because of money. Because all three, they need money. Here's where they're screwing up. Number one, because the reaction channels, in their own way, they promote them on YouTube. They keep them relevant. So by messing with the react channels, by messing with the archive channels, they're messing with their own money. Number two, because if they were being smart about their greed versus stupid, instead of throwing copyright strikes, they would have done copyright claims. Now, what is the difference between a copyright strike and a copyright claim? A copyright strike, you're saying somebody is using your footage and it's unfair and you are disputing that, versus a copyright claim, which I've dealt with before on some of my ambiance videos, where if somebody throws a copyright claim, that means whoever does the copyright claim, they can claim the revenue of that video or of that stream. Those of you that watch Foodie Beauty, I'm sure you've seen her do the streams where she's playing music. I'm absolutely certain that because of that, whatever stream she did where she played copyrighted music, she got the copyright claims, which means those record companies could claim the revenue of that stream. So if Nader, Didi, and Chantal had been smart, rather than throw the copyright strikes, which are more serious, they could have done the copyright claim and claimed the revenue. And 137 videos, that would have been quite a bit of money. But instead, they just decided to do the copyright strikes. Didi is over there saying, oh, I'm studying YouTube and I'm studying fair use. Well, you know what, Didi? You should have taken the extra step and did more research on the copyright claim. That would have been the smarter move. But you went after all the React channels. You decided to do the power move and go after all the React channels, see who you could scare into submission. Well, a lot of people are not scared. A lot of people are not going to be submissive to you, and they're going to stand up to you. And a lot of people are becoming very educated very quickly on the copyright strike system and how to handle it. Some of the bigger YouTubers are reaching out to help some of the smaller creators, and some of the smaller creators are going on YouTube, going on Twitter, and finding out all kinds of information. So I'm going to react to a video posted by Truth Is showing Nadar doing the copyright strikes literally on stream where everybody can see, and bragging about it. You know, in his arrogance, he's bragging about it. And also in this video, and I do recommend everybody watch this video. If not here on my channel, then please go to Truth Is and watch this video, because it does contain a lot of information for those who have a YouTube channel and you want to know how to handle the copyright strike appeal system. Also, I would like to say that if you're someone you've been affected by Nadar, if you file an appeal and it gets rejected, do not despair and don't give up. Sometimes the first appeal does not go through. Just keep filing and keep filing until it does get looked at by YouTube. So let me just go ahead and play the video, and you guys can hear the video, and I will leave a link for the Truth Is video on my description for anybody who wants to watch or needs to watch after this is over. Let me just go ahead and play it.
Exactly, what are you drinking? This is when I drink, I forgot I have fish memory.
Says you said the same thing about Monty a few months ago, and he got all his videos put back.
No, this was I gave him 1 week.
So here's Nadar trying to hold everybody's channels hostage. He's also made comments on different channels, threatening people, saying, are you going to take your videos down, or am I going to have to issue the copyright strikes? This man is trying to hold all the reaction channels hostage and make threats. If you don't take it down, then I'm going to issue a strike. Nadar, you can't do that. You cannot go around being the big YouTube bully. Sorry. It's not going to work, sir. Unlike you, the reaction channels put a lot of time and hard work and effort into their channels, and it's not right for you to run around on YouTube and threaten people, threaten their income, not saying their entire income, but threaten the money that they make and all the hard work they put in, just because you want to feel powerful on YouTube, sir. No, not going to fly here.
To think about it, I was wrong. This kind of people, I don't let them think. I just take it down. I think he lost new one. Not sure, I need to check, but I think he got one too. One for now. For now, all this for now. I still have 20. I'll finish them, and here I have 100% this and this. I told you to give you a hit. Here, 100%, 100%, 100%, 90%, 100%. Look at these people. They have nothing to do. Look.
So basically, he's going to YouTube Studio. He's seeing what percentage of his videos appear in other videos, and those are the ones that he's striking. If you're at least 10%, he's going to come after your video or come after your channel. Has nothing to do with what you might say in your React video or your live stream. He's not even paying attention to that. He's just looking at the percentage of his video being used in your video or your live stream. You know, YouTube Studio, they had that tool, but I'm sure they did not mean for that tool to be abused in that way.
Okay. Who is on the here? Look. Use what? 100% of the content. They have no life.
You know, he's not even checking to see if the video itself is transformative. All he sees is that the percentage of his video being used in a React video or live stream. You can use 100% of a video, and as long as it's fair use and it's transformative, which is allowed per YouTube's terms of service, it's still fair. If you take somebody's content and you transform it using editing or commentary, it's not against terms of service, Nadar. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. And can you please address, sir, how there's many live streams where you've played Chantal, and there's many videos where she's played your stuff, she's reacted to you, but yet neither one of you are striking each other. You, Dee and Chantal, I feel you're all in on this. You're all in cahoots with each other. And Chantal's just using your hands to do her dirty work, because she knows if she does it, she's going to be in serious trouble, and that puts her channel at risk. So since you're a smaller channel and she's supporting you financially anyway, she's using you to do the dirty work. And something tells me, sir, this is not going to end well for you. Not at all. You cannot go after that many channels and do that many copyright strikes without there being some negative repercussions for your actions.
See, 8 of them now. 100%, 100%, 90%, 100%.
And how many streams, Nadar, by the way, did you play Gary Unfiltered? You were playing his videos. So that's allowed. You were playing his streams on your streams and reacting to them. But that's fine, right? You can play other people's videos. You can play Chantal. You can play Gary Unfiltered. You can maybe play part of Monty's. That's fine, using other people's content, right? You would consider that fair use, but we can't use yours at all? Hypocrite.
100%. Oh, 120. Okay, 20. That's too low. So 100, I got 6 of them. Tonight, you better not even put it private, because private, you're going to take it down too. You know the game now.
Oh, something that I've heard recently that I just caught wind of this morning. So there is a channel, a React channel called Foodie Beauty Reaction Channel. One of his videos got struck. He didn't even play Nadar in it. He just had his name in the title. So there's Nadar over there striking people. And there was nothing of Nadar in the video. There's nothing in the stream. There's nothing at all.
Even private doesn't help. You remove it or I remove it.
I got to turn down the sound. So let's go back and see that again. I got a message on my phone. I'm sorry. Let's go back. All right, so let me just play it real quick because this is important. Let's play it from here. These are all the videos. Let's stop it here. These are all the videos that a bot has determined a portion of my content was used in, and approximately how much that video contains my content. So this is what happens in YouTube Studio. If somebody uses your content, YouTube lets you know how much of your content was used. Okay. If I click on the top one, the removal options are shown. The first box includes the vital piece of info that he overlooks, fair use. Yeah, so Nadar's not even watching the videos to see if the videos do fall under fair use. All he's seeing is that those live streams of those videos contain his content. He's looking at the percentages. He's not seeing if it's done fairly. He's just going after people on the percentage of videos used. Okay, let's stop it here. Then skipping down to part 4, the section of legal agreements. When he clicks to check these boxes, him skipping the fair use analysis means he's committing perjury. The information in this notification is accurate, and under penalty of perjury, I am the owner or an agent authorized to act on behalf of the owner, an exclusive right that is allegedly infringed. If it's fair use, if somebody has transformed your content by, say, editing or commentary, which a lot of reaction channels do, we do transform it, we make it into something unique to us, that is under fair use and transformative. So he didn't check that box. All right, let's go back.
And now, live. Here we go. Watch.
So this is what was blazing all over Twitter yesterday. You guys saw the react video I did. I said 18 channels. Now it's close to 40. And the number so far as the number of videos that have been affected is almost 140. That is absolutely insane. And you got to know that those people have been affected. They've contacted YouTube, via Twitter, because this is an outrage. That this person, Nadar El-Shami, he's trying to take out the entire reaction community. And there are lots of people who watch Nadar, who watch Chantal. They watch the both of them, but they're also fans of some of the reaction channels. So nobody's happy with Nadar right now. Nobody's happy with Chantal. Nobody's happy with Didi. Nadar and Didi have even gone so far as to make new Twitter accounts. So now they're on Twitter. Although word has gotten around and people have blocked Nadar and Didi on Twitter. And Didi also has another account on Twitter by the name of Louise, where she's blocked a lot of the reaction channel accounts so she can talk trash about them and try to report them to YouTube. I mean, this whole thing of trying to do a power play on YouTube, they're not just trying to do it on YouTube. They're trying to control all the major platforms. They're trying to control what people say and do on Twitter. And Nadar also has a Twitch account as well. Didn't know about that till recently, but he does have a Twitch account. So, you know, this has gone extremely far. There's so many channels that have been affected by him. And I don't think Nadar and Didi think they're going to take down everybody. I think they're operating under the premise of if we can knock out at least half of these reaction channels, that means more money in pocket to us. They're going for the low-hanging fruit. They're going for some of the smaller channels. And they're doing it on purpose because they're probably operating under the assumption that the smaller channels don't know a lot. And because they don't know a lot, because they are so small, that they're going to be too scared to fight back, or maybe not in a position financially to fight back. So they're trying to take out whoever they can. Mostly the smaller channels, some of the bigger channels too. But their greed is so out of control that they're just wanting to take out whoever they can take out for the sake of putting money in their own pocket. Oh, another thing, Dee Dee made a post recently saying, oh, like I'm checking into the fair use thing and she's studying up on it. So she did all of her studying in less than a day. And then that's when the copyright strikes started. So she didn't fully research the system. She just did a little research, I guess, but not enough. Like I said, if they had been smart, they would have thrown the copyright claims, which means you're claiming the revenue for that stream or for that video, and the money would have gone to them, versus a copyright strike, which means the video is going to be removed. But even in greed, they're not that smart. By doing the copyright strikes to pretty much everybody, they're causing this big uproar, and a lot of people are taking action. They are standing their ground, and they're getting educated about the copyright strike system.
Right now. Okay. You know what? I'll be fair. I gave them 10 minutes. They're all what? 6 use 100% of my content. They have,
You give them 10 minutes. I give you 10 minutes to take down my content, or I'm going to cause trouble for you. You sound like a bully, Nadar. You are a bully. Who do you think you are, coming on YouTube trying to push everybody around? This reaction community was here well before you, sir. Who are you to tell over 40 channels what to do, how to react to people? Who do you think you are? You're not the big deal you think you are, sir. Let's be honest. If it hadn't been for Foodie promoting you, nobody would give an F about your channel. Your cooking is trash. Your content is terrible. You don't make any effort to entertain your audience or improve your content. And you're angry because the views are down, the money's down. I'm going to say the same thing to you as I've been saying to Chantal. If you have a channel, if anybody has a channel and your views are down, or you're not getting the engagement that you want, and you're not getting the super chats if you're monetized, don't look at everybody else as the reason. Don't say, oh, it's their fault. They're taking money out of my pocket. Look at what you're doing and improve. See, that's the thing. You have learned all the bad habits from Foodie Beauty. Getting on your channel, running up the meter by making 2 long live streams with nothing in them to keep people engaged. You have a cooking channel, but let's be honest, you have no true passion for cooking. That is extremely obvious. Your techniques have not improved. You don't explain what you're cooking. You don't show the ingredients clearly. There's no close-up camera shots. You don't talk clearly to the camera to explain anything. Half your time is spent just trying to run up the meter. You're on your laptop, not even paying attention to your audience. And for a cooking channel, you spend half your time complaining about Foodie. I feel the reason why you created the channel was not because you enjoyed cooking, not because you got a true passion for cooking. You just wanted an avenue to talk to more women and try to grift more women out of money. It's never been about the cooking, Nadar. If you had a true passion for cooking, you would have improved yourself in that regard. You would have taken the time to learn how to cook properly, to cook things without burning them or leaving them raw when you're done. You just get on live stream and Most of the time is spent talking and milling about the kitchen doing nothing. So is it any wonder that you're not getting the money anymore? Is it any wonder you're not making money? As I said, the only reason why you have an audience is because of Foodie. Without her, your channel would have far less people. You've got a lot of people over there, and rather than just take the brass ring and run with it and do something with the channel, you rely too heavily on Chantal talking about you to keep you relevant and to keep the views up. You don't talk about her, there's no drama, your views drop, your money drops, and then you get mad because nobody's paying attention to you. They're not paying attention because people can sense when they're dealing with somebody that they're not passionate about what they're doing. When they have an I don't care attitude. That's something that you and Foodie have in common. The I don't care, I take no pride in what I do attitude. People pick up on that. And it bores them after a while and they leave. But blame the reaction channels for your lack of money when it's your fault. No one else's, yours.
No life.
Here we go. This is important. It means 100% of their video contained your content, but it can still be 100% fair use. That is true if you transform it with commentary and with editing. A 5-minute video of clips from different dates, all mashed together, showing the atrocities committed in your cooking streams, for example. That would be a fair use transformative of content excluded from DMCA claims. Yes, because you're taking the different clips, you're putting them together from different times. That's still that's transformative. You're making something completely different. And somebody can react to it and that makes it even more transformative. So it's still within fair use. So what if you're hit with a strike? Nick Rekieta, the Pope of LawTube, explains in detail how to best complete the counter rebuttal form. Links to his channel and the source he cites in description. I'm going to grab that from Truth Is as well for anybody who wants to know. So let's see what Nick says. And for anybody who has a YouTube channel or wanting to make a YouTube channel, please pay attention to what Nick says next.
No dispute. Right owner, none of those work. So not based on that. Copyright exceptions such as fair use. It's not original content. I mean, it's kind of original content. License, I don't have permission from NBC. I have permission from the law. Public domain, it's not public domain. This just happened. So it's an exception such as fair use. You continue. Blah, blah, blah. Here's all this bullshit. I believe my video is protected under fair use, fair dealing, or similar exception to copyright. All right, so type of reuse. Commentary. You have a whole bunch of shit. Promotional video, remix, reaction video, education, entertainment, game. None of these are guaranteed to work, by the way. It's just the type. Commentary is a great one because commentary, criticism, and critique are valid exceptions. Those are recognized categories by the court for fair use. Okay? So we have why is your use claimed content an example of fair use. We have to type this out, and we got to type these things and type my name, Nicholas Rekieta. There we go. Now, this is the important part. We have 2,000 characters to say why this is fair use. Let me give you a very important pro tip, okay? This is a very important pro tip.
Pay attention, y'all. This is important.
You must do something that is really, really important. So when I go, you're going to go to Google, or YouTube counterclaim requirements. That's the one you want to type in. YouTube counterclaim requirements, okay? And then on support.google.com, you get a submit a copyright counter notification, depending on which one you click on. Requirements for counter notifications, right here, okay? Trust me, you have to do this. This is weird. This is something that people miss in YouTube all the time. Do this. Because if you don't do this right, YouTube will reject it for form. So you get all this shit. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about any of this. This is it. 3, agree to and include the following 2 statements. Take these, copy them. Okay? Get rid of that shit. Unimportant. Paste them. Get rid of the fucking quotes, which is weird. We'll talk about what they are in just a second. This is only the first step, but this is the last thing in your counterclaim notification, all right? You need this in there. Critical. So what does it say? It says, I consent to the jurisdiction of the federal district court for the district in which my address is located. Or if my address is outside the United States, the judicial district court in which YouTube is located will accept service of process from the claimant. You better be ready to be sued, because that's what this means. You are disputing a legal claim of copyright ownership.
Yeah, keep in mind that he's in Canada, and a lot of people that are YouTubers are in the United States. Does that mean you have to come to the United States if you go against people, Nadar? Do you have the money to go after 40 channels, sir? To go to court for all 40 channels? I don't think so. I don't even think Chantal has that kind of money.
Which means you might be sued. But this is critically important. Whether or not you appeal the decision, they can sue you, even if they take down your video. If you infringed on copyright, they have a right to enforce their copyright, whether or not you appeal. So this is kind of silly, in my opinion, because they already could do this. Next, I swear under penalty of perjury that I have a good faith belief that the material was removed or disabled as a result of mistake or misidentification of the material to be removed or disabled. It is a mistake or misidentification if you actually have a fair use exception to copyright. But if you have fair use is a defense to copyright. And importantly, it is a defense that means that you are not actually creating a derivative work, but you're creating an entirely new work that is deserving of its own copyright protection.
Right. You're transforming it. You're not just taking the content from that person's channel as it is, uncut, and putting it on your channel. If you're adding in editing, if you are editing stuff together, you're piecing stuff together, you're adding commentary, that is fair use. You are transforming it into something entirely new.
It is something that they do not have a right to. So fair use, people think like they get in their minds, fair use is me having permission from someone to make a thing. No, fair use means that the use is fair, which means that the use is actually so distinct from the original that it's unique to you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I hope it makes sense. Okay, so you have to include this. This is a pro tip of navigating YouTube's fair use stuff. You will not find this on a lot of sort of guides about this, but trust me, as someone who has failed to include this before, you include this. It's a critical element of passing the claim procedurally through YouTube. Now,
and you know what, Nadar, he's hoping that the smaller channels, they won't even take all these steps. They'll get too scared and say, I'm not doing this. Or maybe they'll walk away from their channels. And I hope that doesn't happen. Does anybody out there, you've been affected by Nadar or anybody on YouTube that abuses the system? He's hoping that the channels will just walk away from their channels or stop reacting to him, or they don't want to take the extra steps to follow through. You know, Nadar, Didi, and Chantal are playing the game of, they're banking on fear. They're banking on people being afraid or not having enough information, being scared about the process and not following through. But Nick is telling you, if you're under fair use, if you're transforming your content, if you're doing the editing, if you're piecing stuff together, that falls under fair use.
Now you get to write whatever you want. And the best part of this is some fucking loser has to read whatever you write. So importantly, you gotta have this after whatever you write. So you click the boxes. My video does not infringe anyone's copyright. That's true because it's fair use, so it can't infringe a copyright. I understand the claimant will be able to review my video and my dispute rationale. And I understand that filing fraudulent disputes may result in termination of my YouTube account. This is not fraudulent. It's true. Everything I said in there is correct and accurate. And this is transformative fair use. Submit.
So he filed it and they released the claim because it falls under fair use.
Type NBC is a pile of human garbage. They actually are a threat to American freedom and don't understand the basic elements of the Copyright Act. In fact,
Yeah, so he's going off in his appeal. Nothing he's writing is a threat. He's not in danger of being punished by YouTube for bullying, harassment, anyone based on the words used. Distasteful is not the same as actionable. So, he's he's saying his thoughts, but in no way is it bullying or harassing anybody.
they use money and power to suppress the voices of the people they attempt to brainwash and spoon feed their regurgitated bullshit on a daily basis.
Jeez.
With that as a baseline, let's begin. This is obviously a fair use of the original material. Any basic good faith, fair use analysis would show that this falls heavily in favor of me. I imagine NBC's lawyers are actually watching or reading. I shouldn't say watching. They're actually reading this material and
Imagine if Nader, Chantal, or someone received this counterclaim, the absolute insanity that would unfold as they rile their audience to attack the sender.
masturbating over real legal work, just wishing they were involved like the cucks they are.
Gosh, goodness gracious.
This work is highly transformative. I have clearly commented and criticized the original. Damn it, I cannot type. That's the liquor. The original work so thoroughly, both in form and function, that the new work is entirely distinct from the original.
Yep. And that the same could be said for all the reaction channels. All the react channels, we transform it. Even if we use 100% of somebody's video, we are transforming it with commentary, with editing. We add different clips in. A lot of react channels, they splice clips together into timelines. So that's transformative.
No one watching my content.
Oh, and this is another important point, and I've said this, and other people have said it too. Maybe good to point out that your audience wouldn't be watching Nader's content anyway, so your content doesn't take viewers away from him. Haven't I said that? I have said that. I've said that. That if people really want to watch Foodie Beauty or Didi or Nader, they're free to go to their channels and watch them directly. The reaction channels do not get on their channels or in their videos or their live streams saying, don't watch Chantal. Don't watch Nader. Don't watch Didi. Because this is YouTube. People can go where they want. They can watch what they want anytime they want. That's the beauty of YouTube. Freedom to go where you want. Do what you like. Subscribe to who you like. Give super chats or memberships to who you like. Or don't watch who you don't like. Nader, Didi, and Chantal are obsessed with the idea. They are under the assumption that the reaction channels take views away from them, take money away from them. They're under the assumption that if they knock out the entire reaction community, their money's going to go up, their views are going to go up. Not true. Because Nader's content is weak, it's lacking, it's pathetic, it's boring. Same thing with Chantal. if people were interested in Chantal and Nader and Didi, they would go to their channels. They would watch them directly. People go to the reaction channels because the reaction channels put the work in. They take the boring content and they make it interesting. And how do we do that? By doing the react videos, by doing the live streams, keeping people entertained, keeping people engaged, talking to people. That's something that Nader and Chantal don't do a lot of. They don't talk to their audience. They talk at them, but they don't talk with them. And it's the same stuff all the time. Talking at somebody is not the same as talking with them. Nader and Chantal get on camera and they just talk into the void, but they don't care about the people that put money in their pockets. They don't care about the people that make up their viewers or their members. They just talk at them and expect money to be thrown at them. And that's not how it works. If you have a channel and you want to be successful, you have to put the work in. You got to put out good quality content. You've got to be engaged with your audience. You've got to appreciate them and show that you're appreciating them. Because there's a million places on YouTube that people can go. There's a million channels that people can watch. They don't have to be just subscribed to one channel or the other. There's a variety of choices here. That's what makes YouTube so great. You can go anywhere you want. So they're looking at the reaction channels as competition. Truth of the matter is, without the reaction channels, Chantal would not have the audience that she still has. Neither would Nader. But they're trying to knock everybody out of the park for the sake of their own pockets. And what they're going to learn is that it's going to backfire. They're not going to get the views they think they are. They're not going to get the money that they think they will. And the more you mess with people like that, the more people don't like you. When people don't like you, they end up what? Not watching you.
Would ever actually watch the NBC video in virgin form because NBC is a lying shit heap.
Jeez.
Who likes, we'll just leave it at lying shit heap. My content adds the necessary expertise and background information for people to return with an informed, an informed opinion on the matter presented, rather than be spoon-fed ass juice
Gosh.
from a bunch of
Goodness.
communists.
Jeez.
See, that's pretty good.
Tell us how you really feel,
There
Nick.
is similarly no impact on the market that barely even exists for the original video because NBC markets to literal morons. My viewers are smarter than all of them.
So everybody knows that Nader hates Gary Unfiltered. Hates him. Hates Gary with a passion of 1,000 suns. It hates him. Hates Gary. I'm sure he wishes that Gary were off of YouTube. But you know what, Nader? Before Gary started reacting to you, what were your views like? What were they like? They were not that great. Nobody was really paying attention to your channel. Then Gary started reacting to you and turning your trash content into something funny. And his channel grew because he comes on camera, professional, ready to work, talking to people. He makes people laugh. His channel grew like crazy because of that. Not because he was taking your content and using it, putting it somewhere else without transforming it, because he did transform it into something humorous. Because let's be real, your cooking is atrocious. All you can do is laugh at it because you sure as heck can't eat your cooking. But Natter, all the videos you've done about Gary get you the most views. So isn't that something? You're angry at a reactor. You got an axe to grind with a reactor. That if it wasn't for him reacting to your content, you wouldn't have as many people watching you. Same thing with Chantal. If it hadn't been for Chantal putting you on YouTube in the first place and urging people to sub to your channel, you would practically have no subs. Everything you have is because A, Chantal gave you a platform, she made one for you, gave you her viewers, and B, reactors like Gary Unfiltered that react to your content. It's not because of your own hard work. It's not because you are putting in all of the work and all of the effort to make your channel a success. It's because, in essence, you've been carried, sir. You've been carried. And you don't even see it. And your answer to being carried by Chantal, getting more eyes on your channel because of the reactors, you're going to go after the reactors. You're essentially going to bite the hand that feeds you. Like I said, it's not going to end well. And don't think we don't know that the live streams that you do about Gary get you the most views. That's why you're always talking about him on your main channel and on your second channel, Natty Daddy. Another irony. You hate the reaction channels, but you yourself are trying to be one. You react to different people. And by the way, Natter, you suck at that. You suck at being a reactor. You're not that funny. You're not that entertaining. So going after the reaction community at the same time trying to be one. Pick a lane, bro.
They would never watch NBC because they aren't into self-harm. And NBC knows this, of course, and is simply leveraging their bullshit power against me. Fuck them, sue me.
Goodness.
I think that's pretty good.
So that's it for the video put out by It's Truth. I'm going to leave a link for the video in the description. Anybody who needs information, you can go to the Truth Is video, or I'm actually going to put a link for Nick's video in the description as well. For anybody who's on YouTube, if you've been struck by Natter or anybody on YouTube unfairly because you've done a video, it falls under fair use or transformative. If you want more information about the copyright strike system, you'll be able to get it. So thank you guys for watching this React video. Thank you very much for watching, and please have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.